very much, Tom. Ohio school kids go back to school next week, and that gets parents thinking about what they send their kids with in terms of lunch, how good is it for them, and how safe is it?
And we actually covered this last week. We talked about brown bagging. There are some dangers to be careful of this morning. And Marie Vasquez-Brooks is the chair of Allied Health at Owens Community College, and she's joining us live this morning. We're going to walk over and greet her this morning because she has not only a display, but she's got some important tips to let you guys know about this morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, Marie, how are you?
Very nice to see you.
Doing good.
Thank
you so much for stopping by this morning.
How was that alarm clock? Was it all right?
It talks to me every morning. I love it.
What does it say, I wonder?
Get up and get moving.
Get moving and get on TV. And it looks like we have some goodies here. What do we have here, and what are the do's and don'ts?
We've got some wonderful choices for parents because we want parents to know that they're fueling up their kids for the entire day. So not only are you sending them off for lunch for the afternoon and fueling them up in the morning, hopefully making sure they get a good breakfast in them before they head out the door, but we also want to fuel them up in the middle of the day and keep them going through activities at night, sports, riding their bikes, heading out to the parks. So we've got some wonderful choices here for parents.
Okay, let's run down the list. I guess we'll start off with the drinks.
We do, and we have a couple of choices of drinks and things that parents can do with their kids when they take them shopping is not only be looking for the labels on the front that might say the 100%, but a lot of the times we get the 100%, and we really need to flip these guys around and start looking at the nutrition labels because this is about 5% juice.
Right.
Oh.
And so it's not 100% juice, it's 5% juice, 100% vitamin C. So if we can get the kids to even be involved in starting to help read these labels, it's really exciting. So some of your other options are your 100% juice, and you've got your yogurts. And the nice thing about some of these is you can freeze them. And once you freeze them, stick them in the coolers, and that helps keep the rest of the food safe for the rest of the day.
So it acts
like an ice pack.
It's like an ice pack.
And it's a dessert. My kids love that. We get those Go-Gurts all the time, and they love it as a dessert. So it's kind of a healthier dessert at home as well.
You've got it, and much better choice than the higher fat ice creams, and it gets the kids, again, fueled up. It's a high protein food for them.
I have a question, though. If you're planning on sending your child to school with yogurt, there was that study that came out last week talking about bacteria that can grow even when brown bag lunches or cooler lunches have ice packs in them. If you're not freezing it, is it safe to just send your kid with a yogurt that's just refrigerated?
I would not, unless you could be very sure of the lunchbox you had. I would not. I would freeze the yogurt and send it that way, or leave it as a snack for the kids to have when they come home after school.
All right.
Much safer choice.
That sounds good. And then the rest of the, if you don't, I'll switch spots with you so you can go down the row here.
I'm going to pick on the grapes here. This is another one that in our house we love to stick these guys in the freezer as well. So again, just looking for ways that you can help keep the lunches cold, keep them chilled, and again, get them fueled up. And they think that these are great little treats as well when they come home from school. But these guys frozen are wonderful. They're very good.
They're really good. I'm going to have one, actually. Here we go.
I'm going to dive right in.
China, take it away.
Celery is my other favorite, too. I really like celery because you can mix it up. You can put the peanut butter, you can put the raisins on it, and you can have fun, especially for kids. They like to have fun with their food.
Right. And peanut butter is a great option to keep the kids going during the day. Another high protein. Putting it with other choices like whole grain crackers, whole grain bread, sticking it with a vegetable. They love dipping both the carrots and the celery. The nice thing, if you're looking for inexpensive ways, are the full vegetables. Chopping these up, maybe having the kids, if they're a little bit older, participate in doing that and prepping them at the beginning of the week. And then maybe sticking them in the single-serve packages yourself. So if you want to save some money, buy them whole, package them at home.
That's a great tip.
I have a single-serve question for you here. These Lunchables, single-serve meals, they look tasty. I mean, it's all debatable whether they are tasty. But what's not up for debate is the health value, right?
Absolutely. Again, turning the boxes around and taking a look at what the nutrition content is, remembering that a lot of these nutrition values are giving you information when it says a % daily value. A lot of times this is for adults. Some of our early elementary kids need about 1,500 calories a day. These are based usually on about 2,000 calorie diet. So if you're looking at percentages alone, we have to be really cautious. These are for adults. Now, if you have a really active kid that's doing sports, they may need about 2,000 calories a day, but this isn't going to keep them going on the soccer field.
Gotcha.
Right. Okay.
And I also noticed, just looking at Lunchables myself, I've seen on the back, because I always look for different ways to eat at work, and for 1 week I did buy Lunchables actually a few months ago, and I ate that for dinner. But I looked on the back once and I saw there were trans fats in there.
So, lots of trans fats. We have good fats, we have bad fats, and the ways that you
there
can.
Are evil fats.
And there's with you for a long time. And if you look even on things such as your dairy products, you'll see there's a high fat content in a lot of your dairy products, so we are always looking for the low-fat option. We're looking for the good fats. Having your child become familiar with different types of fruits and vegetables like avocados, and avocados have great fats in them. Some of our olives have really good fats, so in limited proportions, and show them which ones are the good ones.
Gotcha.
Okay, and then we've got some fruits here as well. You can't go wrong with fruits, bananas, apples, and oranges.
Never. And a lot of the times these are really hard for the kids, particularly the younger kids, to get working with in the school, school day. Scoring the fruit before you send it in, wrapping it up, making sure you wash it before you do it.
Just so people know what scoring is, that's what, cutting part of it open?
We're gonna you would score it and take it through the skin so that your child will just be able to peel it back.
Okay.
Okay.
And that way they can actually not trade it off for a bag of cookies.
One of my favorites. This is one of my favorites.
Hold on. Let's get to cookies here.
Wait, the cheese first.
All right.
Okay, we'll go. Can we go with the cheese and then save the dessert for last?
Dessert for last.
Yeah. I love these. But in moderation, though, I think is key for these.
Moderation for key, and the thing that's nice about this is made with a 2% milk. Looking for the ones that are 2% or skim milk. Low fat does not mean no fat. So 2% fat is still a high fat content in these dairy products, but wonderful to fuel them up. It's a great protein meal. We'll keep them going.
And it's fun, too. You get to peel it.
Yeah, and you get to peel it.
Instead of cookies here, just before we go, we're running out of time here at Owens. You have particular efforts you're focusing on. Can you share that with us?
We absolutely are. Within our School of Health Sciences, we've added a new program of exercise science. And so we're really focusing on the community and trying to graduate professionals that are not only part of our wonderful clinical-based programs that we already have, but also some of our preventative and wellness types of programs that our communities really need. So we want to get those paraprofessionals out there talking to the parents, talking to the kids.
Well, that's
Okay.
perfect.
Do I have time for one more question?
No. Do it. Ryan, what's the verdict?
I don't have my
Go ahead. Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
This
There
is
we go.
because I always thought this was important. You know, if you are brown bagging it, the lunch fashion is so big for kids. I mean, you've got all these options with the different designs. What is the safest thing to have?
Well, you can never go wrong with cars, frankly. So that's the best. But when you're looking at your thermoses, you really need to start taking a look at the labels and seeing how long they're going to keep your foods cold. So this one is a 12 hours. It'll give you time limits. But the really nice thing about it is if you find one that you can actually stick them in the freezer, something like this with the soft side, you can get it cool before you put the lunch in it.
No kidding. I never heard that.
Yeah, with your thermoses, sticking them with ice cubes and water the night before, it gets it chilled before you actually put your liquids in them.
All
So it'll help
That's
keep them
neat.
longer, colder that little bit longer in case they're one of the older kids and lunch isn't until 1 o'clock.
Yeah. Okay. Well, great tips. Thank you so much.
That was great. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Bright and early. We'll
My
have
pleasure.
you back soon.
Thank you so much,
Great.
Marie.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And we'll
Thank
be
you.
right back after this break with a look at your weather.